Trigger?
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
You're really good at this. You're really good. Keep going. Let's get them all.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh.
Good. That's good. Go ahead. Let's get some more.
All right, so here's what happened. My husband never drives my car. And recently we got in my car and we're driving not even probably a mile down the road. He says, seriously, Julie? Can you not feel that when you were driving the car? Could you not tell that the brakes need changed? And I said, yeah, no. So what was he talking about?
You know, you don't know how often we hear that. It just started today. Yeah, sure. Okay. So when you're driving the car down the road, things that you want to be aware of, obviously any squeaks, obviously grinding noises are really bad. Pulsation in the steering wheel when you hit the brakes. You might even feel it in the pedal. The brakes have overheated for whatever reason, and now they've warped the rotor surface.
So with that shaking thing, I've heard that before. I've heard people say I felt like a shaking. So that's brakes when that happens?
That's what we call a brake pulsation. And what's going on there is that the rotor surface has warped from overheating from whatever reason. This is the caliper that squeezes the brake pads against the rotor surface.
So when you push on your brake in a car, this is squeezing?
The hydraulic pressure is squeezing this piece together. Your brake pads are in here, and they're squeezing against the rotor.
Okay.
Okay?
So when you're talking about brakes, what's the critical part? The brake pad or the rotor itself?
That's what wears out. When you hear that grinding noise, okay, that's when this brake rotor, the pad is wore all the way down where there's no more pad surface left, and it's ground right into the rotor, and we're just like a cheese grater, just grinding away. That pad is gone, and we can see that there's nothing left of it. There's a thick pad.
Oh,
okay,
that's a huge difference.
This is all the friction surface that's causing the car to stop.
How often do those pads wear down like that? Does it just depend on the person?
You know, it really depends on make, model, driving habits. I mean, there's some vehicles we work on that 20,000 miles, brakes are done, shot. There's some that are 50 to 70,000 miles. If you're having your vehicle serviced regularly and you're rotating your tires 8 to 10,000 miles, now the technician has a chance, again, to look at your brakes and report to you, are you 10%? Are you 50%? Do they look like they're new?
So I hear you giving the same message, which is really finding the service spot that's going to make you comfortable and know what your car's maintenance schedule is, because you're going to know. If I've come in here for an oil change, Steve, you're going to be like, now remember, next time you're here, Julie, we saw that the rotor or the brake or what, you know what I'm trying to say?
And it works both ways. So here's the thing. We get our oil changed over here. We get our tires done over here. We get free rotation here. Now, something goes wrong with my car. Well, I'm going to go to the dealership. Well, what happens if somebody else is recommending, you know, we need to rotate your tires, or somebody else is recommending you need transmission service and you've already had it done? You come develop a relationship. We keep you on schedule. We don't do any duplicate repairs. It's just going to drive your repair costs up. And again, you've got somebody you can trust that knows your vehicle.
It's important. Are there other things that aren't good that maybe you could change your driving habits to make your brakes last longer?
We talk about fluid maintenance and fluid service. Brake fluid, that's how the caliper works hydraulically, absorbs moisture. And when that moisture gets in the brake fluid, that's how internal parts of the brake system start breaking down. Calipers start freezing up, pistons can't return, hoses start breaking down inside. And that's going to drive up repair brake costs and also cause your brakes to wear out prematurely. So that's another reason why doing that maintenance that's a lot more affordable than calipers and hoses and ABS units and things like that.
You know, everything you talk about, to me, almost sounds a little like a foreign language, but what I love is that everything you say makes sense. Does that, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you walk me through this and suddenly I feel more educated. Do you feel like that's part of your job, is to educate customers?
I think it is. I think when you can talk to people about what's going on with their car, what should be done with their car, they understand it more, they're going to feel more comfortable with it.
Oh,
it's off.
I only dropped one.
Let me get this part for you.
Okay, good idea. I'm not touching that tire. I'll screw something up.
All right.
All right.
So now we're looking at some brakes.
Sweet.
Okay, let us reset.
All right.
Can I just get a shot like this, like I'm in the military?
Bracket